On this week's breaking news, there's already Pokemon rumors for summer of 2026, over 150 new sets this year already, and someone took on the challenge to make a 14,000 RPM Lego set. All that and more on this week's breaking news. Today's episode is brought to you by Back to Brick Wear, my newest venture into the AFL merchandise, the ultimate Lego-inspired clothing line that's not just fashionable, but also celebrates the very foundation of the Lego system we all know and love. Imagine minimalist designs that seamlessly blend style and nostalgia. Back to Brick Wear brings you high-quality apparel inspired by the iconic Lego bricks we know and love. Each piece is crafted with precision and attention to detail, making it a must-have for any Lego enthusiast. These aren't just your average threads. We're talking about minimalist designs that don't scream at you, but just show your nerddom in a classy way. And of course, they're inspired by designs found in the Lego system. And you know what screams quality? Embroidery. Almost every piece is stitched with love, featuring those iconic Lego elements. It's like wearing your childhood memories, but making them fashionable. So whether you're a hardcore AFL or just want to rock some seriously cool gear, check out the Back to Brick Wear page on Etsy. Dive into the collection, embrace the Lego spirit, and let's make some memories together. Back to Brick Wear, where the style meets nostalgia. Head over to the Back to Brick Etsy page and let the fashion adventure begin. Happy building, my friends.
Lego.
Breaking news.
Hey everyone, Happy New Year. Welcome back to Brick. I'm your host Garrett, and this is the podcast where we talk with fellow AFLs about their Lego designs, and we get down to the breaking news to talk about all things Lego has been up to for the new year, and well, the past week, and all those different things since it is 2026. So thank you all for tuning in and continue with me into season 6, which is crazy that I've been doing it for this long, but this is the first episode, and we'll continue every week as much as I can, travel and all that stuff. And as you can see, I was a little late to the podcast today because, well, it was New Year's yesterday, and we got pretty swamped with, moving into our new house finally to be completed move. And I just finished my setup for the office. Well, set up enough to do this podcast. I have a lot of boxes to open of Lego, so that's a little bit on the admin side of things. And of course, continue to do these podcasts. And there's still a lot of news coming out from the 1st of January. So let's dive into some of that news, but make sure to stay tuned after the end of the podcast here, because we will be doing our set reviews. Our first set is 77256, the Time Machine from Back to the Future, a Speed Champion Series vehicle. And then our mock review is going to be the mini modular builds, the full set of 21 from 2025 by Christian Romans. So stay tuned for those at the end of the episode. All right, let's get into this week's first breaking news story. Lego Pokemon is coming out this year finally, and we're already going to get a few sets probably revealed in this month for a March release, but there's already some set names and rumors for 2026 summertime. That's a lot of things that we're going to have to be prepared for spending a lot of money on, because March we already have 3. We've got Eevee, Pikachu, and the Pokeball, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander, and those are all pretty expensive. There is a gift with purchase coming out in February. Looks to be a March release for that too. But for summer, we're getting Squirtle's Training Buggy Adventure, Charmander's Wild Encounter with Geodude, Pikachu's Training House, Cubone versus Gengar's Ghost Challenge, Jolteon versus Charizard, Scorbunny Evolution, Stadium Bus, Eevee Evolution, Dojo House with Rolu, and Mewtwo Lab, Smart Brick Pikachu, and Smart Play Pikachu's House. That's the only one that has a price tag. Looks to be $70 for that. Now, a lot of these are supposed to have smart bricks to them. I know Smart Brick Pikachu has already kind of been leaked. Not sure what the rest are going to be. Hopefully we get some semi-buildable figures as well as other figures that are minifigure scale. That would be fun. I know some special ones are definitely going to be Charizard and Gengar. For me, Mewtwo and the Stadium Bus could be cool. All of these are a big pull for everyone who's Pokemon fans, since this is the 30th anniversary of Pokemon. And that's at the end of February, so rolling right into March, it seems to be like the best option to do something like that. So really an exciting time to be a Pokemon fan and a Lego fan. One Piece has some set rumors also coming for 2026. We don't have the names for these ones, but it looks to be also a March release frame for this. This is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sets ranging from $30 to $170. So as we continue into the next season of One Piece, they'll likely be aligned with that storyline, since that's what they kind of did with the first round to align with the Netflix live action series, not the animated series, or excuse me, anime, not animated. That would be a completely different thing, and I know a lot of people are probably angry that I even said that. But for all those One Piece fans, look for those come March timeframe, and probably get some leaks here and there. Kpop Demon Hunters. Now, if you are a fan like I am, and I'm 33 years old, but I still liked the movie, so all the haters are gonna hate. But I saw a lot of posts and builds over at Lego Ideas to create these into sets, and it seems that, well, it doesn't even matter. Looks like Lego's probably going to be doing a Friends line for Kpop Demon Hunters with Netflix collaboration on this. Not sure what we'll get, but unfortunately, it won't be minifigures. It'll be the doll forms, the doll figures, and probably a stage or something like that. But it's still exciting to have it come to Lego. All right, so for Boxing Day this year, that was the 26th, in Europe, they had some really nice discounts, and it actually ran until the 31st, but they had double VIP points over there. There was different gifts with purchase, some that hadn't been officially released just yet, so it's nice that Europe got these nice additions to it. For US, we actually did have the TIE fighter for the Death Star come back out. I wish they would just sell that individually, although it is kind of a crappy one. But there was the Chinese New Year's, a Celebration Ferris wheel, and a bunch of others. And I think Star Trek also came. That was just for Australia. Did the Star Trek Type 15 shuttle for that, and a couple other fun things. So there was definitely some engagement for people to go out and consume buying after Christmas time, because why not? You got the Christmas money, go buy some Lego. There are 2 licenses that look to not be expanding just yet. Now, for Lord of the Rings, that's been one every year, and I think, or did we get 2 last year? I think we got 2 last year, now I think about it. But they're going to continue expanding, and we already have some rumors for the next one. One is Minas Tirith. It's going to be absolutely massive. A mini scale, or I always call it trophy scale, with a micro design similar to what they did with Hogwarts, of the massive white city. And maybe we'll get some fun scenes in the back similar to what they did for Barad-dûr. Now, for some other licenses, we have 2 that likely aren't going to be happening every year. And one is Pirates of the Caribbean. We just got the Black Pearl, and it's not likely to see anything come out by the end of next year, as well as The Simpsons. Maybe there will be some expansions in the next couple years, but these are very iconic already, so they're just going to continue to draw this out, probably based on the success that they did with Lord of the Rings. You don't need to always come out with something every year, but I mean, I would appreciate more of this. It'd be really fun to have the Flying Dutchman as the next one to come out for Pirates of the Caribbean. And I'm not a Simpsons fan, so I don't really know what else they could do. They could do the power plant, which I think that they've never done. No, they haven't. So that'd be a fun one to do too. All right, January, which means we've got a lot of new sets coming. All right, it's January, so it's time for a lot of new sets. And I know a lot of people probably stayed up for the ball drop, but a lot of us also stayed up to get some of these Lego sets, and for good reason. The first gift with purchase is the Vintage Parade car. This came with a purchase of the shopping center, and it was from now until the 11th. Also, if you spend $200. And I'm wondering why, like some of them, sometimes you get, sometimes you can't, but that goes with the new modular series. The next one is the Stranger Things in the Creel House, which is the Squawk radio station with some really fun little printed pieces, and our 2 minifigures of Joyce Byers and Hopper from season 5. Then we have the little Year of the Horse gift purchase that they do every year for the Chinese New Year, and it's a purchase of $70 or more. Now, running through our sets here, the first one is the Icon set, Stranger Things, the Creel House. This is a $300 set. The next big one is the Shopping Center, which, as I said, was the modular set at $250. And then we're going into some of the other ones, such as the Autumn Cottage Garden, $120. The Lego Ideas set of the year, of the beginning of the year, was the Lovebirds at $50. Architecture, we've kind of got architecture / art. It's a City of Love, Paris City of Love. It's $80. The Japanese cherry blossom landscape at $140. This is part of their art line, so it kind of jumps around, I'd say. We get the collectible minifigure series, 28, which is all the different animals. For the city, we've got quite a few. I'm going to run through the list here. The Airplane and Service Truck and Hovercraft Remix, Coast Guard Rescue Helicopter, the Airplane and Airport and Airplane, a tractor, a recycling truck, Jet versus Car, Yellow Taxi. There's so many different things. A new Lego delivery truck, which is a little bit smaller. The Airport, I think, is one of my favorites because they adjusted to be more of a large-scale version of one before. The tractor is also another one. They did a great job with this. And I might even get it because it's definitely cool. Speed Champions came out with a few. We've got the Apex GP Team Race Car from the F1 movie, Time Machine from Back to the Future, which we'll talk about later, Lightning McQueen, the Ferrari SF90 XS Stradale, the Bugatti Vision Gran Turismo, and the McLaren M1. All with a little price increase of now $27.99 instead of $26.99. Just creeping up on us here. Star Wars did get a few sets as well. The midi-scale AT-AT, the midi-scale Venator class... Wow. The Venator class attack cruiser, BB-8 Astromech, the Mandalorian and Grogu speeder bike, Cobb Vance speeder, Grogu's homestead, Clone Shock Trooper mech, and the Siege of Mandalore battle pack. Lego Creator also got some. We've got the cute hamster, the fierce dragon, a retro gaming console, which is pretty cool. And then, of course, the 3-in-1s, such as the dolphin, the chipmunk, the hamster, and a hummingbird. Botanicals, we got a few as well. The peace lily, daisies, flower, and cactus, and the tulip bouquet. I think the tulip bouquet is one of my favorites. And then for Lunar New Year, the Fortune Firecrackers, the Galloping Horse Caravan, and Canvas, and the Fortune Master. All in all, they're fine. They're not their best. And then seasons, we've got 3 of the love letters, Bugs Bunny, Easter Egg Basket, and Ninjago. Quite a long line for Ninjago because it's in the celebration of the 15 years with some larger ones. Harry Potter also, I'll just call out, they did the Philosopher's Stone Collector's Edition, $250 set, kind of just encapsulating from the first film, Hagrid and Harry Potter's Privet Drive Escape, and the Cornish Pixie. Marvel got some too. We've got the Jumpsuit Groot, Spider-Man versus Mysterio, the Daily Bugle. The biggest one is, of course, the Iron Man Mark III Collector's Edition at $130, and definitely going to be getting that. Minecraft got a nice little display piece, a large-scale wolf, and some other little sets. This is a long list. I didn't even think it was this many. We've got Friends as well. A lot of different houses, a lot of different cars. As you can see, I'm already burning out here. The Dreams 2026 early line, we've got Crocodile Submarine, a Dino Jet. The Technic line, the best one I think is the Technic NASA Artemis space launch and the Bugatti Chiron. Sonic the Hedgehog got 2 sets. There's one Gabby's Dollhouse set, some Disney sets. We've got a little Olaf and these other little baby buildable characters. Brickheads. We have Angel from Lilo and Stitch and the 11 Max Demogorgon and Holly figurine. They should have done Vecna. I don't know why they did another Demogorgon. Maybe somebody will do Vecna. And that's it. That's a lot. I don't even know the count on that, but it's quite a few for January 1st. But that's usually how it goes. They love to do a big one now. It's over 150 sets. Let's just put it that way as a roundabout. So if you liked any of them and you didn't get them online last night, go to your store and maybe they're still online now. A new gift with purchase, a 174-piece birthday cake. So it looks more like a cupcake. It's got a little minifigure kind of kid putting on some candles on a birthday cake, cupcake. It doesn't look like it opens. It just looks like it's a birthday cake with a little note on the back. So that's a new gift with purchase, but no set price of when you can purchase that. Education takes on many forms, and LEGO can be a great proponent for that. A farmer by the name of Mike Duxbury has decided to implement in agriculture. He loves farming. He has a herd of cattle as well as sheep, and unfortunately, as he's grown older, he's gone blind. And unfortunately, that means that he needs some help around the farm, and he realizes he still wants to be a farmer and also wants to educate all those others. So he's decided to have this foundation where he helps build an area for children who are interested in agriculture with disability. And he actually used Lego. He built the farmhouse that you can actually kind of navigate through so that you can see where you're at and understand the building complex. So, when you're doing farm work, you can go into this area and safely navigate it. And it's really an expanding foundation. There's been over $70,000 for this project and continuing to grow and to provide this wonderful way for kids to still be educated about agriculture, but in a safe way through Lego. And that's just so cool to have someone consider something like that as literally a building block to educate while still providing the full functionality of farming and different ways and areas to have a lifestyle. 6 new Polybags were revealed this week. One is the cute Easter bunny, just a small little bunny with a heart-shaped nose and 3 little eggs and a tiny carrot. The Harry Potter Dumbledore's office with Harry Potter, and it has the Pensieve and Harry Potter and a tiny little bird that's supposed to be, I think, the baby fox. There's even the Sorcerer's Hat and the Sword of Godric Gryffindor. So, I mean, for a Polybag, that's a lot of fun little pieces. Spider-Man versus Anti-Venom Heist, and Anti-Venom is this tiny little creature, kind of those little monsters from Dreams, and Spider-Man on a skateboard. Batman, Bruce Wayne in the bat suit, and it has Bruce Wayne in his bat suit kind of in a little laser locked vault area. Alex is a campfire conflict, so it's Alex and a creeper, and there's a little bumblebee that you can find from Minecraft, and Sonic the Hedgehog, the Badnik Scorp, and so it's a little scorpion with the little drill hands from the video game. Polybags are always fun, and it's not always the easiest to find some of them, but you can find them at the end caps of a lot of stores if you're interested in some of those. Stranger Things, The Creel House. Well, it went pretty crazy. I was up till midnight and I purchased mine. Surprisingly, got through pretty easily. But there was the gift of purchase, which was the Squawk radio station, sold out. I don't know how fast, but extremely fast. And I'm not talking like, probably like 4 or 5 hours. I think it was sold out within like an hour. So many people just love Stranger Things. We saw the finale in theaters and it was absolutely phenomenal. And this set is going to be a great build to go alongside my buyer's home with the upside down as well. Just so cool. What a great gifted purchase. And I'm glad that a lot of people get it. And for those that didn't, I'm sorry. If you really want it, you're going to have to pay a lot more for it. Lego has some pretty cool features where you can use pneumatics and different gear systems for Technic, create some really creative features. And one in particular, someone decided to get some builds going where they can now have a massive 4-piston engine with pneumatic air power to have an insane amount of RPM. To be precise, 14,000 RPM for this thing. They did use some 3D printed parts to have the magnetic generation to it, and honestly, it's an impressive build. You can actually go over on YouTube. I will post the link in the description to check out this build. It's crazy what they did to have this kind of ingenuity, especially with Lego and throttling up plastic to such a high RPM. So Lego's new distribution center in Virginia is continuing to take shape. Now they built the main kind of office complex to it, but now they're expanding to build the 2 million square foot facility. And the walls are starting to go up. The main building pad has started to get poured. And I mean, that's an impressive amount of concrete that you're going to need to do that for an entire building. And I can't wait till this is complete because I know a lot of people are definitely going to enjoy having more Lego being shipped around the area, especially in the Northeast, since it's such a close location compared to the main factory in Mexico. I don't know how many sets it'll pump out just yet, but once they do open, it's going to be a really cool set to also get because they'll do an exclusive set for that as well. There's a Lego rumor going around that Lego Group has added barium sulfate to its bricks to have them show up in x-rays if they are swallowed. And unfortunately, that is definitely not true. Or fortunately, I don't think I'd want to have that in my Lego bricks. And I mean, it'd be an impressive amount of cost to have that done. But it's definitely just part of someone's idea to really stir up things. Snoops had actually debunked it, talking about how swallowed bricks can still be identified. They're not invisible. There's still a form that can be seen on an X-ray so that you can find them. And kids can't pass them. That's a whole different story. But you don't need barium sulfate to see that. So that has been debunked. And by the way, I was just corrected by my wife that it's Snopes, not Snoops. So disregard all those times I said Snoops. They're snooping around to get the rumors out. That's why they're called Snopes, I guess. The LEGO Group will be attending CES 2026 this year. And if you don't know, that's a Consumer Technology Association, and they meet in Las Vegas every year to talk about all the future tech. Samsung's usually there, Microsoft, and so many other places. The conference actually starts this next week, and it's going to be capturing the technology Lego is doing. They're probably going to bring out with the smart bricks and the smart figure, the smart play, or whatever it is, because that's new technology instead of just the plastic. Now, is it going to pay off? I don't know. That's something that is definitely a question on my mind to see how it'll play out, because it's going to be expensive and they probably invested quite a bit of money to create this. So we're going to stand by, see how it goes, and maybe it'll be a success. And I do want to see the technology, so I'm excited to see them at CES, kind of displaying it and having people come in and talk about it. So stay tuned for that next week. The LEGO Minifigure Factory is embracing the Chinese New Year, the Year of the Horse, where they have 4 different prints that you can put on your minifigures. 2 are clothing and the others are smaller, like little items. One is a golden horse and the other is the Lucky Charm knot. And then the other 2 costume pieces kind of match up with more of just the classic style that you see at a Chinese New Year's festival. So you can go over to the LEGO Factory and print those on a custom minifigure if you would like to over at lego.com. Not only did the Creel House gift with purchase sell out, but quite a lot of other ones sold out really fast. Some of the Minecraft ones, the Spider-Man versus Venom. Now, this is all noted from Europe, so nothing that we know from the United States. January, we even have back orders for some of the Ninjago sets, the Back to the Future, which honestly, that might be back ordered for the United States too. The Creel House, the Airport, even Luna Lovegood's home. A lot of sets were very popular this January, and they just didn't have the stock for some reason. Maybe they just weren't anticipating a lot of people liking it, but Lego, people like Lego, so they're going to buy it, especially on January with over 151 sets. And that's all the breaking news we have this week. Thank you all again for tuning into this week's podcast. Happy New Year. Hopefully we have a wonderful time just enjoying our New Year's break. And as we roll into our first couple of weeks of the year, make sure to, set the pace of not going crazy, because we got a long year ahead of us. And make sure to subscribe to the podcast so that other people know and can come and learn all about the Lego stuff and news too. Now let's move into our set reviews. Our first one is set 77256 Time Machine from Back to the Future, a Speed Champion set. It's going to be $28. It's a 9+ set at 357 pieces, and it does have 2 reviews already at 5 stars. And it's temporarily out of stock. So there's not even on back order. It is out of stock, which is crazy. I do need this set, so I might have to go to Disney Springs and get it myself. But it comes with Doc Brown and Marty McFly, and it has 2 different modes you can put it in. You can put it from Back to the Future 1 with just the antenna piece and the old school tower, or you can do the flying version of it. Now, the wheels do not flip down. You have to kind of adjust them yourself. And I don't think it comes with a display stand either to make it look like it's flying, so you'd have to do that yourself too. But there's absolutely some amazing creativity to this. The last time they did the smaller version of this car, it didn't really have the same captured feature to it. It did have gull wing doors. This one does not. It does have some transparent curved pieces, which is nice. So it does have that iconic light up function that you would see in the actual one. There's a flux capacitor, of course, on the inside. And just the detailing that they do on these Speed Champion sets is amazing. It's a 2-seater, so So it is an 8 wide, giving you the opportunity to have both of them in there. Marty has his vest on, and Doc Brown has, his white jumpsuit. And just some of the details are crazy, not only that are printed, but are stickers too. And at such a small, compact size to have this amount of detail, they've been doing much better with these Speed Champion sets. Now, there's a link in the description, so you can have help out the channel by doing an affiliate link. When it comes back in stock, it'll even go over. You can get a notification from when it's back, so you can go over and order it. Now, onto our Rubricable review. This is the mini modular builds, the full set of 21 from 2025 by Christian Romans. And it's a total of 7,627 pieces, and it'll cost you 40 pounds, which is like $65. So it's pretty expensive, but it's a lot of pieces and there's a lot of designs. We've got 21 different buildings from the beginning all the way until 2025. So you've got the museum, you've got the Chinese theater, the Parisian restaurant, the garage. All of these combined are the complete builds of all the modulars, and far cheaper, I'd say, if you just buy this in the pieces than it would cost to get all of those sets, the old ones, and even including the newest ones, which he has all the way up to the latest market one that we just got this month. So if you're a big fan of the modulars and don't want to spend that kind of money, you can do this. I mean, the detailing is crazy. They're not super big, which is nice, but they're not small either. They still have a lot of detail, which they packed in with a bunch of the different pieces. They are all to the scaling that you would have from the beginning all the way to the current ones, so that they don't look out of place compared to what they actually are. So like the museum is to scale with the jazz club, as well as the hotel. I have built a couple of these myself, but they've done an amazing job compared to what I've done. So if you are interested in collecting these, you can go over and just buy the full set at this low cost of 40 pounds and then put them on display yourself. All right, everyone, that's all I have this week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Happy New Year. And I'll leave you as I always do. Get creative, get out there, and go build something.